RuneScape Classic is one of my favorite games of all time. If I haven't made that abundantly clear on this channel already, I've done a lot of things in my RuneScape history, and this all culminated this fall. I decided to take a step away from my main and make an Ultimate Ironman account. Now, there's many Ironman videos on YouTube for old school RuneScape. There's Region Locked, Snowflake, Level 3s with Fire Capes, the list goes on, but there's nothing out there for RuneScape Classic. So I aim to change that with this video. The hopes were to learn the game a little bit better, and at the same time I kind of want to be informative about what I do. And there are loopholes and things that you have to prioritize, and I'll run through all of these things as I go. Some of them I'm learning on the fly. So this will be fun. This is the Ultimate Ironman Part 1. Enjoy. Name, Leela. Rules, I can't bank, obviously, and I can't trade. And I'm going to impose some further restrictions to make this interesting here. I can buy anything I need from shops, except weapons and armor. And this also includes arrows, arrowheads, and runes. And the exceptions, well, number 1 would be the Soul Rune for Legends Quests. That's the first one that came to mind, because nothing drops it. And really, any quest item that does not drop, so I can complete the game. So I can go Lumbridge to Legends. Good. We're bankless, tradeless, we're restricted, and 100% drop-based, with a few caveats. Ultimately, I think this build will come down to managing 30 inventory slots, dropping a lot of stuff that I wouldn't otherwise drop, and pure pain and suffering. So, what are the biggest hurdles for an Ironman in Classic? Number 1, and without really any close competition at all, is the Rune Hatchet. Having had no luck with this drop ever in the past, this one might stop me from making Legends Quests and completing the account for years. So I just very well may have to hit 85 smithing to get one. I mean, there's other ways to do it. I could go 80 plus in all combat stats and take runs at KBD. This sounds easier than it is, because I have to walk back and forth to and from KBD. Every time I needed food, I wouldn't have an AME to teleport. So, and if I died of anything of value, it's back to square one. So the Rune Hatchet is the single biggest hurdle to wearing the white cape. The second most autistic task that I have is 45 Herblore. To train Herblore, I'll have to sit at Druids in Taverley and make attack potions to start. Jaddix, the herb shop, has the Eye of Newts and Vials all in one place. There's a fountain in Falador close by. There's another fountain over by the unicorns that I have to kill and grind their horns up. So it's a pretty good spot. You can all do it all in one place until I get to Druids and prayer potions. That's the plan. As soon as I hit 38, I can make runs for some good armor and weapons. Just to temporarily use, because I know that I'm going to have to high elk them later. The third most challenging task I have is the Temple of Ikov. If you read the requirements carefully, you'll see that you must use a U bow, so I will need to get 65 fletching for a U short bow. And it also requires 20 limpwort roots, so it's gonna be one of those fun ones. The fourth task that I have is 59 magic for the goldsmithing gauntlets from the Family Crest quest. And in theory, I can do this quest at 59 magic, but in reality, I need around 69 to cast Fire Blast and not fail the spell. I think before you make an Ultimate Ironman account, you have these pre-assumptions that not having a bank will affect you more than it does. But this playthrough so far revived my desire to play RSC again. You look at the game in a completely different way. You'll learn even more about random stuff and where items spawns are located. It's been interesting and enjoyable so far. I had no real battle plan for this account other than knocking out the high item quests and, contemplating the different ways to go about finishing Legends quest and attaining a rune hatchet. Sure, I could have went in a very specific order, and as time goes on, I will. It'll be a lot less complicated, but the beginning stages are where you learn if you like the style of play or not. And needless to say, I'm having fun. So I did all of the F2P quests besides the Knight Sword, which I'm saving for the obvious smithing experience. I got some smithing levels by running the dreaded Doric's Anvil Remington line through Falador over and over on iron bars. Then I went and knocked out 40 crafting in Gnome Village by spitting flax. After that, I got 53 cooking and fishing in Catherby for lava eels. Basically just trying to get all 40s at least in the beginning and then knock out some quest requirements like that. And after that, I did a little bit of fletching, again getting that to 40. I made 3,600 arrows out of the bars that I made and got the 40 ranged. I got 35 agility at the gnome course, did the pub crawl and got into the barbarian course. I trained on chickens and gnome troops till I hit around 30, 33 flat, and then I moved to dark wizards in the tower. Because the wilderness spot is taken by PKers almost always, but what they may not know, but I do, is there's a chaos rune spawn in the top floor. I went in with one inventory of cakes, I think, and I never had to get food again because when I ran out of cakes, I just used bones to bananas with nature runes. As soon as I had the combat levels to defeat Sir Mordred, I did Merlin's Crystal and got Excalibur. After that, I went to Dark Wizards and began building my rune stacks higher and higher. Along with my combat level, I went to the Wilderness and Dark Warriors for a while and balanced out my rune pile, sort of semi-AFK training while other alts, and I'm on my mod account too all the time, so I'm just trying to look for an AFK thing to do. But after sitting there, hitting 50 magic there, from casting every spell in the book that I had runes for, I wanted out of that loop badly, so I casted the last of my air runes, dropped any extras that I wouldn't need to save space, and proceeded to Herblore. So after completing Druidic Ritual and killing some druids, I was only there for like a short time and I hit 37 prayer. So I went over and made myself a holy symbol. I went to the monastery and got it blessed. I picked up the monk's robes and I headed to the druid circle with my new look, which made Leela look like a sack of potatoes. But it was functional, as I would never have to use food again while training. I just bumped the altar every time I ran out of points, and it really put a dent in the time that I would have spent in Taverley. So far, that has been the most grindiest part of the account, and a lot of goddamn unicorns needed to die in order for me to reach that goal of 37. So after like maybe 2 weeks of grinding Herblore, I hit 35, and I did Jungle Potion and Dig Site to clear 38 and got to Prayer Potion. So that was the first big milestone. It felt nice. And yeah, that unlocks all the immediate to-do, a shot at a fire battle staff. I only needed a few thousand magic experience to hit 55, so I thieved some chests and low-out some cakes to hit my goal. I needed combat experience, yet I didn't want to get the best in slot gear yet. So every bankless Ironman in RSC, you face this conundrum. Its name is Entrana. So every quest that involves Entrana needs to be knocked out before you can really start getting best in slot gear. So in order to do that, I needed some levels, and I really needed a better weapon than Excalibur. I went to Fire Giants. I finally got a Fire Battle Staff, which was damn good. I went to Black Demons. I got a Rune Medium Helmet and some Rune Chain, hoping to God I didn't get a rare drop while I was at it. So after that, I needed combat training, so I went to Stronghold and put about a week in and got, I think, for somewhere around 5,000 kill count on Khazard troops, putting me at 62 attack, 59 defense, 64 strength, which I thought would be fine enough to complete any quest that required combat. I fed myself simply by thieving cakes. And then after that long week at Stronghold, I figured that it's time to get some thieving levels, seeing as though the fight arena, which I'm about to do, would get me experience. I wanted to sort of maximize my rewards from it. I also needed around 3,600 nature runes to high alch my way to 69 magic from bows that I'd soon be fletching. So before doing Lost City and high alching all of my rune armor, I wanted to start both Hero's Quest, so I could get the Firebird Feather while I was there, and Holy Grail, so I could talk to the priest and complete all 3 of those steps at the same time. And for a bankless Ironman, going to Entrana means hell. So, in all of this, I kind of overlooked that I can't start Hero's Quest without finishing Lost City. So I got ready for it. I got down to the docks, and I don't know, something in my mind just said, click on the ship and see if we can get in the island with this enchanted battle staff. And I did, and it worked. So that's a feature of RSCVanilla. The more you know. Okay, so that just took a lot of work away. It's not like I couldn't have done what I was planning to do, which was high alch my staff, and then go back to Fire Giants and get another one, and just it would have added at least a day, maybe a day and a half to what I was doing. So then I could complete Lost City. I got that out of the way. I went and did Hero's Quest. And I did the Holy Grail, knocked all those 3 quests that I had planned to do in a row out, and never had to drop my staff, which was a convenience, but not right as far as authenticity goes. So I should just say, if you played on another server, it might be different. Usually it blocks all weapons. So I guess there's more things to this game that we could find bugs and report them, and you find one sometimes where you never thought you would, because I've been to Entrana and I've tried to sneak weird crap onto that island before. Never an enchanted fire battle staff. But that's so now you can finish Lost City pretty easily now if you can find a staff and enchant it. Yeah, that's where we'll pick it up next time, and I hope you enjoyed. And I think I'd probably drop another Basescape between now and the next episode, maybe 2 Basescapes. I think it's going to take a while, but I kind of want to make it interesting and have fun clips of the quests, and yeah, this is the first time doing any kind of thing like this on this channel, so we're kind of ironing out the wrinkles, so to speak. So that's it. Remember to leave a like, share, subscribe, and have a good one. Peace.